Hello and welcome to Module 2 of English 110. The themes this week are innocence and experience. And again, I don't want to give anything away or bias your reading of the material this week. I will say pay attention to a few things. Now, obviously, it's a very diverse selection. We have some poetry, we have some short stories, and kind of a vignette, you may call it. But they all deal with what it means to be innocent and what it means to have that innocence, we'll say, changed or affected by one's experience. And those experiences could come from different sources. It could be proactively seeking experience. It could be accidentally kind of running into it. Or it could even be almost imposed by a third party. So there's a lot of different catalysts here, but they're all very interesting reads. And it does raise an interesting question, particularly if you think about our contemporary society, where social media has given us an awareness of far more than we ordinarily would be aware of. And certainly, I know a lot of you have children. It's difficult to isolate kids from a lot of things that we may not necessarily want them exposed to, because social media just it's so ubiquitous that it's almost inescapable, and you really have to try to kind of shield yourself or or your children from a lot of the stuff that's out there, or at least temporarily prolong the shielding them until they're at a point in their life and age, or a level of maturity where that experience is more profound and can be placed in a more appropriate or maybe a healthier context. So it's interesting to keep those in mind. That juxtaposition of when what we're reading was written versus now. So and we'll obviously, through some of the discussion questions and the weekly assignment, we'll be able to look at a lot of those themes and those dynamics. Excuse me. So that's our material this week. We have a couple discussion questions. The first one is specifically about AMP and what it means to be chivalrous, or to discover that you're chivalrous. And you could look up the word and some examples if you don't quite understand the concept yet. And specifically, Sammy, the main character, when he says his life's going to be hard, well, why? That's really the key takeaway from that piece. Once the action that's described in the story has concluded, there's the question, well, now what? And I that's sort of what the author wants you to start thinking about. Now that Sammy has discovered this part of himself, okay, where does he go? How does he reconcile that with his life and his future? So it's provoking, and it's well done. The second discussion question is about pain for a daughter, specifically identifying what is the pain, where does it come from, what is it, and trying to see how that theme affects the narrator. And our last, the response essay. And again, it does not have to be an MLA format, but it's taking a look at three of the works that we've read in this module, and kind of giving your opinion. What did you like? What didn't you like? And identifying the author's message or the theme in those 3 works. So, you have your choice. It's, some of them stick out for good reasons, bad reasons. Again, if you didn't like something for a specific reason, absolutely select it and, and tell me why. Did something bother you about it? Or do you not have an opinion, but you were provoked by it? For whatever reason. So that's what we have this week. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, certainly email me. And again, when you see your grades for assignments, go back and look at them, because either there will be a text comment or a video comment, and a lot of time, and it's all specific to your assignment. So it's a good way to see what you may have done well, maybe what you missed, so that as we progress through future assignments, maybe you're looking at things a little, maybe in a different way, a little closer. And of course, if you did something incorrectly, obviously we want to make sure that that's not repeated. So that's what we've got this week. Enjoy the readings, and contact me if you run into anything. Okay, thanks.